Hi, folks. How you doing? Saturday afternoon, catch up with Mayo. I'm here at 3:15, an odd time this time, but I'm here. And hope to talk to you, answer questions, discuss things. Feeling a little under the weather. I almost wasn't going to do the show, but I'm here. And we're got a couple of people here. First, we have Ramoga saying, "Hello, Joe. I hope you're feeling better and on your way to recovery." I am, thank you. And then Pirate Gamer Boy says, "Wait, what's up with Joe? If I somehow missed it." Well, nothing serious. I have a head cold, and it's been pretty annoying. Today's day 4, and I would say today is a lot better than days 1, 2, and 3. So hopefully I'm on my way. I have not had a fever. I checked several times. No fevers. Yeah. Hi, Tony. Illnesses are going around, Tony says. I'm sneezing. Well, that's the first thing I had. I must have sneezed 75 times. The first day I was sneezing all over the place and blowing my nose. The second day I had a cough with it. So sneezing and then a cough. And just a general sinus discomfort and watery eyes and that kind of thing. But I'm doing pretty good now. I'm always like hesitant. I don't want to say I'm doing good, or then I don't do good. But it's just a cold. That's all it is. Okay. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Joe F. Thanks very much. Now I noticed today here we have the full person's name here again. We don't have the at sign, that little A thing. I don't know what that's about. What's up, Kobe? Thank you. Everything's going pretty much better now, Gloria. Thank you. Have you seen the Beatles Anthology 2025? I've just seen a face. I've heard that. I figured somebody would ask me. I did hear I've just seen a face. I was debating whether I'd bother doing a video on it. I like it very much. I think it's take 3. You have a little talking before there where John jokes around. I don't know if he said Lonnie Donegan, was it? He said, I forget who he said. I think he said Lonnie Donegan. Sounds going to sound like. And then at the end, John says, "I broke a string." But it's a really lively version. It's just as good as the one they released, but pretty good. Hello, Elvin. Yeah. But, colds, the common cold is the least of our problems, right? There's so many other things that, of course, we don't want, Yeah, I used to go a long time. You say you don't think you've been ill in like 12 years. Yeah, I used to go a long times without anything. And then I used to get, I think my immune system is not strong right now because I've been eating poorly the past couple of months, 3 months actually. So I think that's what it is. And I'm working on that too. So, okay. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. No, I don't get flu shots. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear. No, I'm apologizing, but no. I know a couple of people that got the flu shot and then they got the flu. Yeah, that's another thing too. Right, exactly. John Alelo says probably because of the weather change in autumn. Yeah, sometimes that happens. That happens. Yeah. I got some hot tea here. How sweet it is. Yeah. All right, folks. What's going on today, huh? I wasn't going to do this, but then I felt better, and I said, okay, why not? I remember that time 12 years ago, I felt miserable in bed. Tried watching Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, but I felt so bad I couldn't really enjoy it. Yeah, guess what I've been watching while I'm in bed? The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Season 1. I found season 1 for $2. I got the whole series, seasons 1 to 7 on DVD for $2 each. If you go see my movie channel, I do a whole bunch of show and tell, movies and TV shows I just bought recently. Well, I got a good bargain on these, So that's what they say. Starve a fever and feed a cold. Yeah, I don't want to feed myself anymore. Have you heard the mono to stereo versions of the BBC stuff on 6LP Grey album bootleg? No, I never did. I don't think. Thank you for that information. Tea is best. Hot tea is best for colds. Good for the throat. Okay, John, I'll take your advice. Here we go. I got lemon in here too. A little dab of honey, but lemon too. All right. Hello, Dr. Rick. Who's your favorite late night show host? Well, my favorite of all time was David Letterman. David Letterman is gone, but David Letterman was always my favorite. Thanks. That video about the nice pickups I got, the movie pickups and TV pickups over at Mr. Cinemayo, if you're not subscribed. I was watching Gumby. Yeah, I think I watched Gumby as a kid, but never really was a big Gumby fan. Yeah, I love Mary Tyler Moore show. Yeah. If I see Mary throw that hat in the air one more time. But now what show was it? I thought there was another show with an introduction where the joke was they were trying to parody the Mary Tyler Moore opening, and some woman threw her hat up in the air like Mary Tyler Moore. In her case, she dropped it or it fell on the ground. She screwed it up. I was looking at the show Rhoda, and I was looking at Phyllis, two shows that were spin-offs of Mary Tyler Moore. Neither one of them had that sequence at the introduction. I thought it was Rhoda. I thought it was a very clever take. The contrast to Mary's opening. Well, you say it was that girl, but that girl was before. That girl came before. Right, Mary Tyler Moore. Hello, Dennis. Good evening. Won't be able to stay for long as it's Saturday night here in the UK. Of course, better things to do on a Saturday night than spend your time with me, that's for sure. But for those who are in the UK and want to spend some time with me, I appreciate it. Peace and love to all. I think Rhoda drops her hat in the closing credits. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's what it is. Ted Knight and Betty White were comedy gold on that show. Absolutely. I think Ed Asner is my favorite. Mr. Grant. I think he's my favorite. And I tell you, I'd take Rhoda over Mary Tyler Moore any day, personally. But I guess we're all different. Talking about the date, whatever. No, it couldn't have been anything before Mary Tyler Moore. Doris Day show was before Mary Tyler Moore. Maybe it's like Captain Clockwork says. Maybe it's the closing credits. Because whatever show I was thinking of, it kind of, it spoofed it. It came after Mary. Okay, it's being reported that all the anthologies, 1, 2, 3, and 4, every song has been remastered or remixed, or every song has been improved. This should help in sales and the young fans. Yeah, I still don't think there's a lot of people that are going to go buy the first three over again. I really don't believe there are. I don't. I think the first three anthologies sound fine already, with the exception of some of the early like Quarrymen or early Beatles stuff. Those tapes, in spite of all the danger and stuff like that. You know, I can spend some time with you, Dennis says. Can we appreciate how Sean's work with the back catalog has elevated John to a higher level than he's been in a few years? Oh, sure. I hope so. Whatever it takes to get John a little bit more, known with the young crowd would be good. But eliminating the song "Woman is the End of the World," that's not one of them. I'm sorry. I'll die on that hill. I think that's disgusting that was done. Although I do understand fully why they felt the pressure to do it. Let's put it that way. Hello, Penny Lane. What's going on? You're in my ears, in my eyes, and in my coffee mug, tea mug. Sweet it is. Yep. I bought some new CDs today. I was able to get out to the record store. I was feeling better enough that I could leave the house. I mean, I was resting a lot the last 3 days in the house. And today I felt, I can get out a little bit. And I went, and I did pick up some CDs. I have them in the other room. I could have bought them in. One of them was Come Dancing with the Kinks, which is, I might even have that CD already. Geez. I've gotten my CDs on Discogs. I've clicked them in there so I can look to see if I already have something, but I haven't gotten to cataloging all of them yet. So I bought the Come Dancing with the Kinks, and I also bought 2 CD special versions of 2 Fleetwood Mac albums. One of them being Mirage from 1982, and the other one being Tango in the Night from 1987. And they're 2 CDs with extra tracks and things. I like those albums. My Discogs, no, it's not public. It's just for myself, private. Are you planning to read the new Ringo biography? I've read good things about it. Now, which one are we talking about? Not the Aaron Badgley one, right? I know Aaron Badgley has a Ringo book out where he's talking about Ringo in the 70s, his 70s work. I heard I've just seen a face, which I think is great. The new Take 3, very good, very strong, as good as the one that the Beatles released. Anything else? I think I think of the old songs. Am I right? Like I didn't listen to anything that we've already heard. I didn't listen to the stuff that was reissued. Only interested in stuff that we have not. I'm very much looking forward to stuff like Tell Me Why, outtake. I'm looking forward to Every Little Thing, outtake. I'm looking really forward the most, number one for me, to George Harrison's I Need You, outtake. Okay, yeah, there are so many books that I can't keep up with them. I didn't even know that one. Thank you, Dennis. A Fab Life. What are your thoughts on John's Power to the People? Didn't even chart on Billboard's 200 or UK 100 album charts. Sales weren't that good. Maybe it was too expensive. Well, I think it's a few things possible. Number one, it could be because it's too expensive. Number two, it could be because that period of John's career, 1972, all that politics stuff, a lot of people don't like. That's considered John's lesser period. A lot of people don't like that era. And the other one, it could be because maybe a lot of fans refused to buy it because they were pissed that the song Woman is the End of the World was not on it. Now, I have mixed feelings. Of course, I want John Lennon to do well. I want the John Lennon releases to do very well. However, if the reason it didn't do well was because that song was not included, and people decided to boycott it. So they didn't sell as many as they could have because of that. I just would like to think that the Lennons would take a cue from that. I'd say, okay, that's all I could say. Believe me, every time we talk about the subject, I do say I don't appreciate the dilemma, or I should say, I do appreciate. I can recognize, I can appreciate. That's what I meant. The dilemma that they're in, because they really wanted to release the song, but they couldn't really. They felt. So I wouldn't want to be in their shoes. I don't envy them. I wouldn't want to be in their shoes. That's the thing. So I understand, but I don't understand. You know what I mean? I understand, but at the same time, I don't. It's a very, very messed up thing. Hello, Douglas. I know you're a big John fan. Do you think he would have been hurt by the commercial and critical response to some of his work? Well, he was hurt by it when he was alive. He didn't like what we're talking about. Excuse me, I got a cough. Oh, I'm trying. I need a new mouse clicker. Wow. Anyway, John was already upset. He was very upset that sometime in New York City did not do well. So he does get affected by it. He did get affected by it. But as I say, I don't know why. It could be because this period was never John's most popular period. People didn't like this era. Could be because the prices were very expensive. I got to say, the prices were pretty damn high. They were for this particular release. $239 in the U.S., I believe. $240 around there for the big box. I think boxes in the past were cheaper priced, past boxes. So there's that. That's probably it. But I don't know how many people backed off entirely because of the controversy. I don't know. We need even more young Beatle fans. Absolutely. We can never have too many. And you all know how I feel about that. I get very, very thrilled and happy when a younger person gets into the Beatles because they are the future of the Beatles, popularity and listening to the music and carrying the torch. And I love it. Never have a problem with that. A young Beatle fan is a sophisticated person who knows good music when they hear it, Mr. Mayo, John's Woman of the World song was and is the best song on that album. I agree. And one of his best songs he ever did. I think so. In his solo career, one of the best songs he ever did in his solo career. I don't know about the whole thing. I'm a little mixed up. You miss my presence. I don't know what you mean, Tony. I'm here. What is it? What is it? Okay. Oh, you miss my presence. Talk more talk. Talk more talk was a lot of fun. I did it for 6 years. And I liked everybody I worked with on that show, and have never had a problem with anybody. Just so you know that, it's nothing to do with anything like that. And at times, naturally, I got a heart here, and I miss it too at times. That's about all I could say. It's just that I started to do 3 channels, and the demands of doing all of it were a little too much. Quite frankly, just having 3 channels alone of my own, this channel, me, Mr. Mayo, the movie channel, Mr. Cinemayo, And then the third channel, which is now called Life with Mayo, which I haven't been keeping up with too much lately. Just those 3 channels alone are a lot, and even so much to the point where I have not even been able to keep those going because I don't know. Like the movie channel, for example, Mr. Cinemayo, it's Halloween month, and I love horror movies, and I put up like 4 horror movies, 3 or 4 horror movies in all of October, so I really got to spend more time. Oh, by the way, I went to an antique shop yesterday. They had a Capital Mono Robisol for $10. Cover record would beat the hell, of course. Even had red crayon. Well, I was going to say, it's pointless. It's pointless to get a record like that. Yeah, I know. Change it all the time. Right now, it's Life with Mayo, but there hasn't been much to talk about. I don't know anymore. I figured there'd be a lot of videos to make on that, but I don't know how many things I can think of to put on there. But if you want to check it out and subscribe, please do. Sorry, I'll put it up here and for those who don't know. Let's see the Life with Mayo channel here. Put it this way. Okay. Life with Mayo. I'm sorry about the. Hold on. I got the frog in the throat. Life with Mayo is supposed to be rant videos. Again, I want you to know rant video is one thing. A lot of people here enjoy the rant videos. Whenever I get, irritated by everyday life irritants, those are now over there. If you like rant videos, there's no more here at this channel. They're all going to be over there for the future. So if you like the rants, go over to Life with Mayo. If you happen to like my friend Danny and I together as a team, Danny and I every Friday. I'm sorry. Monday mornings, Friday mornings. I'm sick, folks. I'm sick. Danny's laughing. I can hear him. He's laughing his ass off right now. Or when he plays his back. They're going to say, Joe, you got dementia. It's like, anyway, Friday mornings right now, early in the morning, we do a discussion and have some fun over at Life with Mayo. So, but the other thing was going to be about life things like trying to eat better, which I was doing. I was doing that for 5 months. And as you know, I'm very transparent about, and you could see maybe, I spent 3 months changing my mind. I was going to say giving up. I just decided I didn't want to do it anymore for a while. And I just gave it 1, 2, then 3 months. And now I've been doing better again. So anyway, it's supposed to be a life channel. That's how that goes. Let's see. Okay, folks, let me go back up. Bear with me a minute. I'm sorry. I'm almost there. Are you going to watch Svengoolie tonight? The Fly and the Return of the Fly? No, I won't be watching Svengoolie. I like those 2 movies. I just saw them again fairly recently, and I own them both. I'm not going to watch it, but, they're fun. They're fun movies. Vincent Price. If I could give you some genuine feedback, it would be posting on the movie channel. There are so many great and awful movies I enjoy seeing. You got it, Dennis. And the thing is, there's no excuse, really. There's no excuse for me not to make a video every day. And the reason I say that is because I have a database of 1,000 or so movies, more like 800 and something. Yeah, 800 to 1,000 movies that I already have reviewed. And all I got to do is bring them up. And every day, I could theoretically last for 3 years, 365 days for 3 years or so, roughly 3 years, posting a video every day, just utilizing a video I already did. I mean, not a video, a review I've already written. Make a video about that, read it off, and talk about it for my notes without having to watch the movie. I have like 800 to 1,000 movies that already have been watched and reviewed by me. I just got to put them on video. So it's not like I got to watch 900 movies. I have them watched already. So I really got to just stay tuned. I appreciate everybody's patience. And of course, that particular channel is this one here, Mr. Cinemayo, which is movies and television shows mainly. And not just that, but anything to deal with pop culture, the arts, comic books, nostalgia, fun stuff like that, toys, movies, that kind of thing. All right. Do you believe that after Anthology, the Rubber Soul will finally be released? I do. And a lot of people are upset because they haven't gotten Rubber Soul already. But I just say, just wait. They're not going to give up. They're not going to stop with Rubber. They're not going to forget Rubber Soul or skip it or anything like that. They're not going to stop it. They're not going to forget it. Yeah. Let's see where we're at. Do you think the music of today, especially Taylor Swift and her soap opera, depression, gossip, pop music, and her brainwashed Swifties? I think you're asking me, what do I think of it? Well, I have no interest in it personally, but I recognize I'd have to be a blind man not to recognize that Taylor Swift is hugely popular and has huge fans. I played a couple of Taylor Swift songs once, and they weren't bad. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a Swiftie, but yeah, I think if anybody's going to be up there popular these days, it might as well be her, because her music's not terrible. Well, thank you, Dennis. Well, the thing is, too, I realize not everybody can always be there to comment, but I did a few reviews, and it seems to me that few, not many people want reviews on the movie channel. I mean, I know you're unique. You're one of the few that do. But I put up some recently. I didn't get too much feedback on them, but I don't want anybody to feel pressured. I mean, if it's not a movie you're interested in seeing or even watching a video about, why would you click on, right? I understand that. Oh, Matchstick Man. Okay. Cheers again with hot tea that hopefully stays kind of hot. It's funny, I had a hair in my mouth the last 5 minutes, and I didn't do anything about it, and I just drank the hair. So, I don't know if it went down the gullet. Who knows? I think I actually got it. Yeah, I think I got it. Huh. Some things are best off camera. So. Sorry if it's quiet for a while. I don't have much to say until I get comments. I'd still like to see a Blu-ray of the original Let It Be, but I don't think it will happen. I think it'll happen at some point. Reminded of fellow Brits, our clocks go back an hour tonight. I don't know about our American friends. I don't know when. It should be any time now, right? Does anybody know? Anybody know here in the U.S. when the clocks are going back? Mr. Mayo, do you think the Beatles and their company Apple should release 2 projects every year, once in April and once in November? Of course, the more the merrier. We all want a lot of product, but don't forget, for a lot of us who collect solo Beatles as well, there's a lot of stuff between the Beatles as a group and solo artists as well. Okay, the first week in November, the time changes. Thank you, George. Thank you, Elvin. What do you think about Cheap Trick doing Magical Mystery Tour and Men Without Hats doing I Am the Walrus? I don't know of either of them. I know that there was a CD that somebody lent me once Cheap Trick do Sergeant Pepper, and I didn't do anything for me. Sorry. Nothing against Cheap Trick. They're good. Cheap Trick's good. Now we're saying October 26th, time change. Help me, Lord. The Joe and Danny show ended abruptly yesterday. I wondered what happened. Good question. I just ended it. I just decided this wasn't going so well. That's all. How much would I have to PayPal for you to go to and post a video review of this for the Springsteen movie? There is no way I'd waste my time with that jackass ever. Clocks go back next weekend. Also, sad news. June Lockhart passed away, aged 100. It's not the first I'm hearing of it. I'm a big fan of Lost in Space, and there we go. She made it to 100. That means that right after I get done with this, I've got to make a video about it. My channel, Mr. Mayo. Yeah, there you go. God bless her. She made it to 100. Really enjoyed your Gary Van Sciak interview. Thank you. Gary shared some really good John stories. You are a natural. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I didn't even get a Joe and Danny show notification from YouTube. They're screwing you, man. I don't understand that, because in that particular situation, usually with the Danny show, I put an ad up a whole day in advance. I put it up 24 hours in advance to let you know. Or, if not 24 hours, 12 hours or something. I do it pretty much in advance. All you got to know is that for the most part, every Friday morning at 8 a.m. here, Eastern, which is, what is that, our noon time over there in England, we do a show. She was a big fan, I guess, of Huey Lewis in the News. Well, that's what I hear from Billy Mooney and the other stars in Lost in Space. She was very, very much a real cool lady. She was nothing like her persona. She was really cool. I'm going to talk about that in my Mr. Cinemayo video. I didn't do anything with the handle names. No. I didn't do anything. I didn't have anything to do with the handle names. I didn't do anything. And quite frankly, I like the handle names, because as I told you, if they're not handle names, anybody, you can have 10 James Farleys come up here. Okay, the time changes next Saturday, November 2nd. Okay. All right. I have to try to find my June Lockhart autograph. I have her autograph too. Dude, it appeared on my YouTube subscription list after you posted it. I said it to send me a notification when the show started and didn't get one. I don't know what to say, people. But like I say, with the Danny show, it should be pretty obvious. It's 8 a.m. Eastern time here every Friday morning. Amazing that June Lockhart lived to 100. Yeah. It's funny because just this morning I was watching the show Petticoat Junction, and I was watching an episode from I think the first or second season in black and white. And I know near the end of that show, when it was in color, years later, the late 60s, after June Lockhart had finished Lost in Space, when it was canceled, She appeared on as a regular on Petticoat Junction. Also, what is the holdup for any new Beatle George solo projects? Sure is slow, that camp. The Harrison camp is disgustingly, annoyingly, irritatingly slow. And yeah, all they're doing is re-releasing the regular albums again. People ask me questions like this, and the honest answer is I'd have to think about it. You know, if I had a chance to interview Yoko, I'd spend time really thinking about it. Or just off the cuff, I couldn't think of something. You know, I might ask her how she's been so strong all the decades that she had to endure a lot of idiots out there with Yoko derangement syndrome. You know, never giving her a break. You know, even if Yoko did anything good, they wouldn't like it. You know, that's the thing. You know, if Yoko says the sky is blue, people who hate her say no, it isn't. It's purple. It's because they don't want to agree with her. You know, that kind of thing. I'd rather disagree with Yoko and hate her than agree with her on anything. There you go. June Lockhart was Dr. Janet Craig on Petticoat Junction. Petticoat Junction. That's how I knew when I was a kid. I didn't even know what straight meant, what it meant to be straight, but I knew I was when I watched Petticoat Junction with those lovely ladies on there as a youngster. Between Barbara Eden on I Dream of Jeannie and the three gorgeous young ladies on Petticoat Junction, there was no problem in that regard. Regarding Yoko, I appreciate that. She has been through more than most of us. Pretty disgusting, too. Yeah. And yes, William Shatner. I've never been a big Star Trek fan, but I really respect William Shatner's career, for sure. June Lockhart was in The Yearling. I never really watched June Lockhart in Lassie. She's very big in Lassie, too. Right? What's my feelings on Stephen King's books and films? All I ever say about Stephen King is when I was in high school, I read the book Salem's Lot, and I thought it was really good. Then later, I saw the movie Salem's Lot. Didn't think it was so good. I don't love the movie of The Shining. I don't love that movie. Yeah, and I do like the movie Misery. Of the movies I've seen, I think Misery is probably my favorite of the movies about him. Okay, a random question, but where do you rank Born in a Prison from the album Sometime in New York City? I like that song quite a bit. I don't have all the songs in front of me, so I can't tell you whether it's song number 5, whether it's song number 6, song number 3. I don't know. Somewhere in the middle, I guess. Oh, boy, folks. I got to blow my nose here, too, now. I'll let you listen to that. All right. Oh, yeah. I'm blowing my nose 4 days. Okay. Okie doke. It's amazing. I've heard November 4th, I've heard November 2nd, and I've heard November 1st. Yikes. June Lockhart was in She-Wolf of London. She-Wolf of London, she was in that. Young, very young, it was 1946. It is one of the worst, most boring, easily skippable of all the Universal horror movies. It is terrible. However, I actually got her to sign a photo from that. I'll explain that. If you want to know why I asked June Lockhart to sign a picture of the She-Wolf of London movie, which I don't really like, instead of Lost in Space, which is the show I prefer to get signed, watch my video that I will do later on today over at Mr. Cinemayo. I watched A Long Walk today. Next Saturday, November 1st, before you go to bed, exactly. Yeah, and Stephen King doesn't even like the Shining movie. Do you honestly think I would go to a Rush concert? Come on, John, you know me better than that. No way. Just a heads up, for what it's worth, I probably will make this a shorter show than usual. I probably won't go past an hour or so, if even that. I may make it less than an hour. I don't know. I am getting over a cold. I'm glad I was able to come here this far, and handling it fine. But need to rest a little more yet. And I do have to make the video about the passing of June Lockhart. Let's see. How would you rank the Jaws movies? Well, first of all, Jaws is the only great movie of them, the first movie. After that, I rate Jaws 2 as the second best. Jaws 4, otherwise known Jaws the Revenge, will be 3, not the third one. I don't think Jaws the Revenge is as worthless as everybody says it is. I think it's better made. I think it's a better shot film, better filmed. And Jaws 3D, Jaws 3 is the worst for me. Hi, Gary. Because I just discovered that you're on. Were you missing in action for a couple of days? I was concerned not seeing Danny yesterday or new content. Well, yeah. I had a cold. I've had a bad cold. This is the 4th day, the last 3 days. So that's one of the reasons. But I did go on with Danny on Friday, but I deleted it. What do you think of Stephen King's Sleepwalkers with him in it? I haven't seen it. Mr. Mayo, how is Don and his girlfriend's roommate? Your last video you did with him. I'll tell you the truth. I saw Don today. I hope you're not eating now. I saw Don today. I stopped by the record store for a little while, and Don had some very light colored pants on, and he showed me they were all stained. They were all wet, like the outside and the center, and stained all the way down the legs. And I said, Don, what happened? His catheter broke. Guy wears a catheter, and it broke and leaked, and it's all over his pants. You can imagine the rest. And he said, I got to get a new one in there. Wow. Okay, Mr. Blood Vessel, I will bite into this. I'll bite. I don't know who I am in Jaws. I don't know what that's about. You're the one most likely to succeed. Yeah, well, she's not really his girlfriend. She's a friend, but she uses him. That's the sad thing about it. Don's friend Betty uses him for money. You know, he doesn't have much money, but he gives it to her when he gets it. And that is unfortunate. Let me see something here. I want to see something. I'm sorry, Mr. Blood Vessel. I'm not going to look that up. You'll have to explain to me if I see you next time. What's the next film you're looking forward to seeing in the theater? Is there one? I don't even know if there is one. I don't have anything coming up. Even the Frankenstein film, Del Toro, whatever his name is, I have no interest in that. So there's really nothing that I'm looking forward to seeing in the theater. If you're talking about new movies, I also have no. Isn't it amazing how many things I have no interest in that you ask? No interest in the World Series with the Dodgers and Blue Jays. I don't care about a World Series game unless the Mets are in it. So, sorry about that. This was a good one. Yeah. Me and Big Mikey Tats at the record store had a hold of Don. Don left his phone there. So we called Betty and I pretended to be Don. It was funny. It was a funny video. Oh, that's nothing new. You know, the Mets didn't get the Mets are the Mets. Of course not. I'm sure they didn't make the playoffs. Sometimes they make the playoffs, but the Mets are a joke. That's why I don't watch them. You know, I'm a fan supposedly, but not diehard. Not a diehard fan. No. If I can watch the anthology episodes, I'm really only interested in the new footage, the new chapter. Really, I mean, I don't know if I'll watch sit through. I don't know. Maybe I'll sit through. I'll probably watch them. I don't know, but it's the new one I'm interested in. You know. I'm not sure I understand this. Please make it so that we can watch your channel on other platforms besides YouTube. You've changed it, and now I can't watch it. So I'm sorry. I'm going to have to unsubscribe. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Can somebody clear that up for me? What exactly are you referring to? Do you mean embedding? There's a thing with it called embedding. And I'd like to know, what other platforms do they appear on? They shouldn't appear on. A YouTube video should not be anywhere but here, as far as I'm concerned. That's what I think. Yes, they were renamed the New York Mets back in 1962, I believe. Yeah, I don't watch football, but I've definitely heard that the Jets are a joke. Absolutely. I'm glad you liked my review of Freddy versus Jason. Thank you. That was a review I thought would get more comments and views, but it didn't. But thank you. The film Heredity, I've never seen it, but I have it here to watch. My nephew wants me to see it, and I will, because he wanted me to see the movie Get Out, and I watched it. Now I gotta watch the other one. Yes, hello, PK. Yeah, that was already mentioned. Yeah, thank you. Tom Doyle, New Ringo biography. It's funny because I just recently, which was stupid of me, I actually watched with my girlfriend a bunch of the anthology episodes already, like a month or two ago. I had anthology on the brain when they were talking about the new anthology coming out, so I was like anthology minded. So I actually watched them, which was stupid because I knew they were coming out on Disney again. Why would I? I guess I do want to see them because they're going to be fixed up a little bit and they're going to be redone. I heard that the anthology re-edited with newer footage. Maybe that is the new episode. We'll see. Da-da-da, naked after all. Okay. Hello, Elementary Penguin. Well, you say we've talked on here about Beatles songs that we may be tired of because they're being overplayed on the radio, but there are a lot I never get tired of. You have any you never tire of? A lot that I never tire. I have a lot of Beatles songs that I do tire of, and a lot that I never tire of. And using your name, Elementary Penguin, I Am the Walrus is one of those songs that I never tire of. I could go on forever naming songs, but they're usually the more unknown songs. Not a Second Time. Tell Me Why. I Don't Want to Spoil the Party. Baby You're a Rich Man. Songs like that. Other than Yesterday, Come Together, Let It Be, Something, A Day in the Life. I'm tired of like the ones you hear all the time. Thank you, Dennis. Much appreciated. Heredity is based on the director studying Rosemary's Baby. I never get tired of I'll Get You. That's another one. I'll Get You's another one. Beetle Bob, can you be more specific? And if not, we'll skip it. Hello, I always say Black Chub Bear. How's everything? I'm getting over a cold. But other than that, everything's going good. When I used to eat sugar, I still eat sugar now. I'm trying to get off it again. Were you a lover or hater of candy corn? I've never been a fan of candy corn, even when I was eating the worst crap. Yeah, all those songs you mentioned right there. I love all of them. I don't get tired of. Yeah. Do I know of the next record show? I don't know what the date is, but I don't go there anymore. I used to go there with Julio and Richie, and now Julio has passed away, and poor Richie's wife died, so he's probably still in mourning. And I'm not. I'm just not into collecting records right now. So there's no point in going. And plus, a lot of times, depending on what Sunday it is, I got to go to where my girlfriend works and drive with her there on a Sunday. They always seem to have the record shows on those Sundays that I can't do it. I've never really cared much for Mounds and Almond Joy, but Butterfinger's good. But still, it's all poison to the body. Yeah. No, I'm an old Scrooge on Halloween. I don't give out any candy. Well, first of all, for the last, I don't know how many years now, 20 years, kids do not ring the doorbells anymore. I mean, if you get one person, one or two kids ringing a doorbell all during the day, it's a lot. When I was a kid, Halloween was a big deal. People trick and treated all day and night. And people had to have tons of candy because the kids were relentless all day. Now, it's not the same. Like everything else, it's over. It's over. Everything's over. I like a few songs by the Yardbirds. That's about the best I could say about that. Of all the remixes since Pepper, which package you think is the best? The 2017 one is good. The 2017 one is good. I'm still fine with the original, and I like stereo better than mono for Pepper. I don't care what the Beatles said. I like stereo better. I mean, if an album is not meant to be, if any man, let me put it this way: if an album is meant to be listening in stereo, any album, it would be Sgt. Pepper. It's psychedelia. Are we ever going to hear your girlfriend sing something? That's highly unlikely, sir. You said at the record store you're just not into vinyl. Shocking. Miss those morning live streams from the detention center. Yeah, I still get stuck going there, but now what I do is I just I watch YouTube, or I talk to a friend. We get on the phone, we gab for a couple hours. I don't do streams up there anymore. Yeah. There you go. Exactly. Exactly. That was another cough. Just coughed again. So I'm ready to end this show. I have to go early today than usual. We'll stay here a few more minutes. Maybe I'll take it to an hour, 4 more minutes. Let's do that. I almost always prefer stereo to mono. Sounds much more full. Yeah, it depends for me on the results. You know, some of them, if it's not good stereo, if they do the thing where you have the music over here and the singing and vocals over there, I don't like that. Can't whistle worth a damn, can I? No. Hello, Kimba. Thank you. I'm doing well now. This is my 4th day. I had a bad cold, but today was the best day. Getting over it. Okay. Either I can get off early, or I could stay on another 15 minutes and not do the June Lockhart interview. Damn it. June Lockhart tribute video until later. When the times are here that I'm eating fast food, which is crap, almost any fast food, it doesn't matter to me. But out of the burger joints, Burger King. Honestly, I just think the burger tastes more like a charcoal, like a grilled normal burger, whereas say McDonald's tastes like a fake thing. Do you have the Beatles CD mono box set? In my opinion, yeah, it's right up there. I think you see it here. It's great. Great. Yeah, June Lockhart just passed away at the age of 100. She made it to 100. Lassie, Lost in Space, and other appearances. You're gonna make it after all. I love Joan Jett's version of Love Is All Around. Mary Tyler Moore theme. It's great. I'm drawing a blank on that part about Christopher Lee, but Christopher Lee is great. Hello, DJ Reed. How are you? Sorry for people that are just joining, but I have to go early today. We got to go somewhere first, first of all. But then again, I'm trying to decide whether I should put up my very quick June Lockhart video, which I'm going to do in memory of June Lockhart over at my movie channel, Mr. Cinemayo. Am I going to enjoy Christmas this year now that I'm retired? Well, I've been retired for 3 Christmases already, and it's still a pain in the ass, to tell you the truth, but it's a lot easier and more enjoyable, definitely, now than when I was working, for sure. There you go. I worked at McDonald's in 74. Regular hamburgers was made from slime. Tastes like it. Quarter pounder was real meat. I could see that. I could sense that. That's it, folks. I have to go. I'm not feeling that well. Doing better. Like I said, I had 4 days with a bad cold. Today is the best I've been, so I'm getting over it. But check out my Mr. Cinemayo channel, because I'm going to put up a very short little tribute video to June Lockhart, who just passed away at the age of 100. Mr. Cinemayo. And I'm going to also try to find an autograph that I got of hers and tell a little story behind it. All right, everybody. So thank you all. See you here next week, I hope. Same time.